Before I say I'm a man of my word, let me just say that because I am late, I apologize. I said 6 o'clock. I usually am not late because I'm a Capricorn, but the holiday traffic is trafficking and I got caught up in it trying to give me a cute little outfit. Turns out I got to take some of that stuff back anyway because I do not like the way it fit. But in any event, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Talking Thrash. Let me tell you about who I am. I am a man of my word, a universal cat. I'm partially healed, kind of saved. I love you and I love your mama. Hey, baby. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Talking Thrash. I am feeling this wintry blue in the back, feeling all of my little blue here. It's the winter for me. Usually I am not feeling the winter, but this year I'm definitely feeling the winter. It's because I am a winter baby. I was born in January, and so a lot of times I avoid the winter because I'm like, it's too cold, and I don't want to throw a party because nobody might not come because it might be negative 18 degrees. But this year I'm embracing all that the cold has to bring to me. So let's keep it cozy and cool with the blue. Welcome to Talking Thrash, y'all. Thank you for joining me. As you know, I am going to kick it off with some boss up with three of my favorite somebodies in this area. I love y'all. Praise the Lord. What up, bro? What up, sis? I have your business. Ooh, some of my business. Hallelujah. I hope the winter is going well for you, even though it ain't even really started yet. But in the event that you're not in the spirit of the holidays, I won't say which holidays because there's like 7 of them back to back. If you're not in the spirit of, you reinvented your tradition. We talk about reinvention all the time here because it's one of the things that I'm doing within my life right now. And maybe think about what that looks like if you kind of switched it up. Going through that thing, y'all. The big thing, all the things, the little things, the hard things, the harsh things, we're going through them. And so we have to keep it going and keep ourselves afloat and not get into this seasonal depression. I know it might happen, but try to keep yourself happy. Maybe go into that 11-year-old kid where you were happy and be that person or like inhabit some of that stuff. I'm just giving you some advice. All right, so let's get into boss up because I'm not going to be before you long. I still got to go make myself some dinner. Salad, I'm coming for you, baby. All right, so boss up is where I highlight business organization services shout out, where the boss comes from. I give anyone that is local, national, or international a free plug. A lot of times I cannot support you financially, but what I can do and what I will do, I will give you some information about Boss Up, my favorite somebodies in this area. Let me just go ahead and get into it. So first up for Boss Up, we have Mr. Anthony Betters. What up, Ant? He is a local sales specialist with American Family Insurance, protecting your ride, your home, family, business, and future with art. When he's not in the office, I can kind of attest to this. He is supporting the community through outreach, donations, drives, and sits on local boards that brings people together. Special shout out to Goodfellas. It was fun hanging out with y'all Saturday. Get Betters Insurance at hashtag AMFAMMAB. Mr. Anthony Betters, Mr. Boss Up tonight. Thank you for that. I love you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. I will support as much as I can and be present and run my mouth because you know I love to do that. Next up, we have Miss Erica Faye. Tony. Listen, I plugged her before, but listen. This is a creative person, a creative mind. The Lord is just blessing you, child. Keep doing what you're doing, sis. All right. Erica Faye is a nonprofit film organization that provides powerful and socially conscious films across genres. Some are faith-based, while others explore themes like grief, trauma, mental health, resilience, and the challenges of everyday life. I know because I saw one of them movies. They were good. Every story told will bring designed to spark a conversation, inspire healing, and connect people deeply with their views. Erica Faye Tony on Facebook, EricafayToney on Facebook. Y'all need to go watch Mercy. That's all I'm saying. Boss Up with Erica Faye. Thank you, sweetie. All right. Last but not least, we have our boss up, one of my favorite secret healers. She know who she is. She know what she do. Miss Durana Perry. Durana, faith-driven, bold, and creative. She is the owner of Durana Perry Photography and Design LLC, a brand rooted in determination and passion. Through photography, designs, and apparel, she creates powerful, vibrant arts that celebrate none other than you, celebrates you. Her mission is to uplift, inspire, and make sure every person feels seen and valued. Thank you for doing what you do, Durana Perry. I love the work that you do. I love that you have so many facets to ministry and in your business. So thank you for that, Miss Durana Perry. Give it up, y'all, for Boss Up. I ain't got my thing, but we just gonna shake our head and act a fool. Thank you for Boss Up, Durana Perry, Tony, or Erica Faye Tony, and Mr. Anthony Betters. Okay, let's get into these questions. It's 6 minutes in. I'm not gonna be. All I'm doing is healing myself through the things I talk about, because at the end of the day, if nobody else is listening, this is out there. And I can always watch it and give myself some healing. So thank you for that. I'm gonna adjust that screen a little bit tiny. There we go. The questions that this came up before was the first show that I did, or the first live that I did, and it was about 85 questions. I had so much information, y'all. I was overloaded, but I wanted to kick it off. Excuse me. This question is, why is it important for people of color to have their own spaces? Talk about being seen and not being looked at. Ooh, you're just going to start off with that? Okay, in my opinion, the reason why it is important for people of color to have their own spaces is because there's this thing we have called shared experience or shared lived experiences, and things that only we can attest to, whether it was negative, positive, or indifferent. I can personally tell you from the rooms that I've been in and from the environments that I've been in and from, social whatever, it is important for you to be able to get what you need to get off your chest to relate to the people you need to relate to. Make sure that I find positive and uplifting people within a community that looks like me and other communities that kind of look like me, but we're still, doing that thing. I think it's important because a lot of things that are built around us are not necessarily built and created for us. And as we navigate our way through life, still looking like we do, knowing what we know, living the way we live, we also have to keep in mind that we have to keep each other accountable, present, and seen. And we also have to love on each other. And I think for me, I would not be grounded in a lot of things that I rediscovered about myself if I didn't have the community that was for me, whether that is I wanted to look like me, because even if you have other lines of oppression, this line is going to always be this. And so I think we have to be aware of where we are in this time right now, and then understand that we got to keep history going. The other thing is, I've been having a conversation about continuing my education so I can be smart again. And one of the people that have been gracefully giving me information, kind of guiding me through what the process looks like, asking me bait questions, things that I've not thought about, is a person that looks like me. This person I feel like for me, I am being seen with this person, that I am being seen as a person that wants to do something different, that just exploring what that looks like. On the flip side of that, I feel like I would only be looked at as a person that did not have and that is aspiring to. And so I think it comes down to, weirdly, I don't want to say implicit bias, but the difference is when you have a situation somewhat like mine, a person over 40 continuing their education, you want to make sure that the person you're talking to and maybe giving you advice sees you, versus that person that doesn't share the experience giving you that advice is looking at you. I'm just going to leave that out there. And that's, for me, is why it's important. I think it's important because I think that we need to be seen and not looked at when it comes to life-changing decisions. And Jen, welcome to Boss Up, or Talking Thrash with Tony Loyo. I'm slowing over my words tonight because I ran home from the store in all this traffic so I can get to y'all. Question is about blended families. What makes blended families so special? Describe the wording bonus child versus stepchild. Oh, I need another sip of water. When I was younger, I was raised with my mom and my stepdad. My biological father was not in my life for my, back in the day, our friends and us who had blended families, um, a stepdad was just a normal, we didn't see a lot of stepmothers, but we did see and hear about a lot of stepdads. And I think that we moved away from the word step is because there's been so much historical separation, especially when it comes to holidays and if you are still in contact with both of your birth parents. So in the event that you have your mom who's remarried and your dad is remarried, or just have people that are there commonly law with that are a part of your life and upbringing, you're going to consider them stepmom or stepdad. Maybe some of y'all call them mom and dad. I don't know. But I think that when we talk about family blended together, so you have two separate, entities, and all that says is that they're just not biological. But when you take on the responsibility of being a mother or a father of a child in your household, in any event, it is a bonus for you. As a parent, it should be a bonus, regardless of how bad it looks and how hard it is. And I think the language of bonus son, bonus mom really just says that it's bringing light to the idea that the family is blended. It still says family. To me, stepmom or stepdad says household. And to me, bonus mom, bonus dad, or bonus son, bonus daughter, to me, steps brother or bonus brother or brother sister says to highlight. When we remove the step part, because it feels like we have to take extra steps to love unconditionally or to learn how to be a part of this blended family, we put up barriers that make us not feel like because it's not my biological, it ain't really mine. But when we understand the power of not necessarily surrogacy, but like just presence in a household, that becomes more than just a stepson or a stepdaughter. It is a bonus within your life because you probably would not have been the father that you were to this child if they weren't present, whether you biologically helped create them or not. You are the parent in the household that they learn from, that they maybe emulate, that sometimes they fear out of love, maybe. But you are the example. And the example should be for you a bonus. Maybe I'm a different mother with my husband's daughter. She's a bonus in my life that's changed me to see certain things. Maybe I'm helping the family out. Who knows? That is my answer on that. The answer is bonus equals family, step equals household. Are you living in that household or are you a part of that family? Thank you for that question. Welcome to Talking Thrash. Last question for the night. Wednesday. We're sorry we were late. I'm imitating an old manager. She wouldn't be watching, so don't worry. What does the new view on dating look like for you? Who, me? Who's checking for you is the question. Listen, what does dating look like for me now? And a pew, for me being, separated and leading to the big div, dating for me, I have no room to play to play games with y'all. First of all, let me just say I am not thirsty. I am not searching, looking. I'm entertaining, maybe, but I'm allowing people to show who they are, tell on themselves, just go with what they do and what they give. I am no longer reaching for questions. What does this mean? What are you trying to say? If you are an emotionally mature adult, you know how to express yourself in truth and in love. And if you can't do that, you leave the other person to piece together what your intention is. The difference is, I am not doing a puzzle with you in blah, blah, blah. I'm not puzzling anything. I'm going to go by what you give me. And if that seems like there's some intention or some kind of like revelation behind that, I'm going to move with that. The less you give, the less I reply. I'm not searching. I'm really liking the people they are. Thank you for that. But I also feel like it's important to highlight that in a space of meeting somebody, especially if you're clear with your intentions, I'm not here to hook up I'm not here to, funly date and go out on dates. I'm here to get to know a person if I want to even do that. And if I don't feel like I want to get to know a person, then nothing else happens. I was telling a friend about a month ago, I was like, man, listen, it's a difference when you are dating versus when you're getting to know a person. Because there's a lot that can happen when you just getting to know a person. You could probably go on dates when you're getting to know a person. You can do other things. Maybe you get a little intimate. Who knows? But it doesn't have to define where you are. Just because McDonald's has a fish sandwich doesn't mean that they are a seafood restaurant. Does that make sense? Are you loving it? Because I'm not. I'm not loving the idea that everything has. We're not always the popular person that got checked for. So when you start checking for somebody that's been MIA or unseen or not seen, maybe that person is kind of like, okay, we not used to being pulled to the front. So what's up? And maybe some of that is insecurity, but also don't waste my time. I do not have time for y'all to be like, so no, just, and you don't have to lay it all out, but because we're not going to play that game, I more so go by your actions. I go by what you deliver and I move accordingly. Sometimes I just don't even pay any attention. The new dating view for me looks like I want to make sure that I am leading with my intention. If I person or if I find them attractive or if I feel like I want to holler. A lot of times I don't. I just am like, yeah. Also, in the space and the place and the state that I live in, I should say, in the community in which I sometimes identify, you might be seen as being objectified. And so sometimes you got to weed some of that stuff out to be like, nah, bro, I ain't, Um, I want to say the new dating space looks like a lot of space. It's like a U-Haul, just empty. But the U-Haul knows where it's going, whether it has furniture in that back or not. That's kind of where I'm at with the dating thing. So, take that as you will. Thank you for letting me be a little goofball tonight. Hey, we're almost at 20 minutes. Erica Faye Studios at Erica Faye Tony on Facebook, Tony, and another Tony, Mr. Anthony Betters. Thank you for that. Listen, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Loyal16Tony, LOYAL16TONI. I am TONILATTE, Tony Latte on Facebook. I just got to tell you who I am before we end because I know we're past 20 minutes, but I just want to let you know I love you. Thank you for joining Talking Thrash. I know I was a little animated with this one, but I really, really, really want you to tap into winter. It's going to get cold and it's going to get a little cold, but I want you to just feel the cool about it. You see this cool? You see, I'm a man of my word. I am a universal cat. I'm partially healed, kind of saved. I love you, and I love your mama. I also love my mama. Thank you for talking thrash for me. Remember, lead with intention. It's not a stepson, it's a bonus son. And we need our own everything. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for talking thrash. I will see you guys next time. Send me stuff. If I love you. I love your mama. Thank you for coming with talking thrash for me. All right, y'all, I'm done being silly. I really do need to make a salad. Talking Thrash, Tony Loyal, I'm out. Thank you. Bye.